Welcome into the channel, everyone. This is Farming Sim Niagara Fats. I'm here on Ronida Island for the Island Preservation Challenge by Crust Farming. This is going to be my go at it. He's a few episodes in. Zorch Farming is a few episodes in. Rusty Money Gaming is a few episodes in. And a host of other people on their Discords and their YouTube channels. So we are going to get started. So I won't bore you with all the rules. I'll just give you the quick rundown. If you want the rules, I'll probably add them into the description. I know Crustu has them in his description. I'm sure Zorch Farming and Rusty Money Gaming and a host of other people do. Basically what we're doing, I'll go through the rules as we go along too here. But the basis of this is that we are on this island. We're trying to be as sustainable as possible while we are farming. And we are attempting to purchase the whole island. Now, on our part of the challenge on PC, it sounds like console players are going to have a hard time. We're going to make a road bridge here and eventually build a dream house here. So we are actually going to work on having to build the dream house here. So I've only built a few things in Farming Simulator 25, and I haven't really dabbled in the whole building process. So we are going to be out of our comfort zone here a little bit. So it looks like when Crustu started, he started over here somewhere, or maybe around this side. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and rewatch his first episode. And I believe Zorch Farming and Rusty Money may have started over here. But I'm gonna go for the obvious. Look, I'm gonna go for 62. It's a little far away from the store, but I'm gonna purchase 62. So we start with $100,000, no loans, no debt. We're playing with. So I'll go into our settings real quick here. Now I also want to say that I am also testing out a new microphone. I purchased a microphone instead of using the mic on the headset. So hopefully this is a little bit louder. I'm going to have to play with the settings, so if this comes in too loud or still too soft. But I notice I'm kind of perusing through some of my videos that I'm a little soft on the voice. So now I have a microphone a little closer to me, and we'll see if that helps. But again, you know, in the comments, let me know. But let's go through my settings real quick here. I have it on pause right now, so we're not in any time. So economic difficulty, I'm doing pretty much the same thing as this Crustu. I'm on normal economy. I think hard economy is going to be make this challenge even harder. Traffic's on, but that doesn't matter. Seasonal growth off, so I don't have seasonal growth on, as you saw when I kind of dipped into this. And my reason for that is, first of all, Crustu has it, and second of all, I don't hardly play that way. I'm just going to have the weather in July, so I don't have to really worry about snow. I do have it on. Crop destruction I have on. Periodic plowing. You have to go through Crustu's settings. I'm not sure if he has all of these things on or off, if I followed him to the T. I don't have precision farming on. I do have crop destruction on, periodic plowing on, and fieldstone on. We do need the stones. That's part of the challenge, is you need stones to do your construction. And you can't sell the stones. Lime I have turned off just because I don't want to do it. I think he had it turned off. Weeds are on, so we'll have to deal with those. Disaster destruction is enabled. Dirt normal, automatic engine start. These are just personal preferences. Fuel usage normal. I think I don't have my other mods loaded on this. That I have the mod that normally uses in-game hours for your fuel consumption, so this is just a little different than that. We do have the field goals on. I haven't seen any of those in anything that I've done so far, so I don't know if those are map specific or what those are. Maintenance, cost, and painting, I'll just leave those. So I do have those apps or those mods turned on. I do like to have my muddy tires on. I do have that on. I think I have lumberjack on, so I might have to turn that off. I forgot about that one. Well, we won't be doing too much with trees. So a little bit into the rules. as we go purchase our field. So we're going to purchase our field, which is right here. It's 40 grand. Now we're already down to $60,000. And I do have one trick up my sleeve though. I have something in the used sales market. So I do have the vehicle sale customizer on. So I have a lot of choices. I wanted that since we were going to be, it's going to be a difficult challenge. So this is available. I think it's going to be a good tractor. Although, you know, that's a lot of money now that I think about it. That's 25 grand. You know, I was considering that tractor before I realized I had to purchase the land. Oh boy. Do I need to sort these? Yeah, I think I need to sort by price. No. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because they started with these Fords, and now that I think about it, I'm probably going to have to start with something like that. Because that, oh, we're already starting with a little problem. Already starting with a bang. This would probably be a better tractor than 86 horsepower, so no, I guess it's not better. This one's actually better. These are just mods that I have. I don't even think these are Mod Hub mods. Yeah, we're starting to get up a little high in the price, so there's no sense in getting these. Ooh, I do have an Alice Chalmers. I'm just not sure how that's going to end up. I always seem the Alice Chalmers mods, I've loaded them from off the internet, FS25net or wherever, and they sometimes seem to have glitches, and I really don't want to deal with glitches in a save that I'm doing for YouTube. So I think we'll steer clear of that. This one's $8,500. Sorry that I am not more prepared. I thought I was prepared, and then I forgot about having to purchase the field. So let me do some thinking here. I think I'm going to pause the recording, and I'll get back to you in just a minute. All right, welcome back in, everyone. That was a 2-second pause for you, but a couple minutes pause for me. So I'm on our field here, 62. Now the reason I went with 62 is because all 4 corners of it is land. It's not a beach and it's not trees. Now I do run into this ginormous hill right here. I think, let's see, it's only partially on that hill, so we'll deal with that when we start, but we have plenty of land over here. So you're not allowed to cut trees. Well, you are allowed to cut trees, but for every tree you cut, you have to plant 5 saplings. And let me just double check. I have the rules posted right here. Trees. Sorry, give me a second. You may not sell any wood or products made from wood, but you can use them for your construction projects. For every tree you cut down, you must plant 5 saplings within the same year. So logging is not allowed. Everything we do has to be in a pallet, and everything we sell has to be sold up here at the store. You may not sell any stones or products from stones. You may not develop the sandy beaches. Minimal terraforming is permitted to get to the small island, so nothing else beyond that. I gotta go to my next screen here. No chemical fertilizers or herbicides are permitted. So if we do weeds, if we have weed problems, we'll have to use a hoe or a weeder. But our plan is to plow every time because we need the stones. No buy points permitted. We covered that. That's pretty much as far as I'm going to go. So let's go back into the tractors. We're going to go with one of those Fords, I believe. Okay, it didn't keep my sorting there for some reason. Go back to the sorting. And this one is 79 horsepower. This is 85 to 102. I kind of want to be in the 85 range because I think the plow and some of the implements might give us problems. Although I know when when Crustu started, he was having some troubles with the 4x2 not having the front power assist, but geez, that money. Now let's see, I need to look and see, does this have... I'm not worried about that. We're just going to have to deal with the heat. So $1,200 takes us up. We got to be careful with our money. We can get in a hole fast. I'm not going to mess with the wheel brand because there's all kinds of crazy wheels. But is there a front loader? Yes, perfect. Because we do need a front loader. That's, $200 for that. So we will need a front loader because I have an idea for the stones. I kind of really don't like that color. Can't we just go to the gray or silver or whatever color it is? Is that free? That's not the color I picked. I'm not sure what that's all about. Front chassis color. Okay, I'm worrying too much about little things here that I shouldn't be worried about. I think we're going to go with this. We need a tractor, so I'm going to buy that. And I'm not going to worry about a front loader at the particular moment. And we are allowed to lease equipment, but I didn't want to lease my tractor, although that might not have been a bad idea. But I can lease a lot of other things, but we have to worry about the lease costs as well. So first things first, let's go ahead and go get our tractor. Let's get out of the flight mode here. And land on the ground softly. And we are going to get ourselves a plow. And I think we're going to go with, which one is it? Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. I've used this one. Requires 90 horsepower. Can we make it the Ford blue? Treffler blue? Well, we'll go with New Holland blue because the New Holland and Ford are owned by the same company, so it should be pretty close. So that's only $2,500, so that's a no-brainer buying that. I'll probably have to lease the front loader equipment and what I'm planning on doing with the stones, as long as that plan works out. I certainly hope it does, because if it doesn't, we're in a lot of trouble. But I don't have any of the stuff that Crustu and all those guys have, the hand stuff. I don't have any of that stuff, so you're not going to see that on mine. I'm going to try to struggle with equipment and other things. But let's get this back over to we got a little bit of a drive to our to our fields. Don't have access to this land, so it was trying to plow there. Struggling to get up that already. Alright, how's everybody doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you're all doing good. Spring has definitely sprung in Northwest Ohio. Got some storms rolling in. Supposed to be heavy storms tonight. So if you're in this area, pretty much anywhere in the Midwest, watch out for those storms, tornadoes, this is the time of the year for that, so that's no joke. Don't go out and look for them, play it safe. Go to the basement, go to a shelter, go somewhere if you know there's a tornado or they got the sirens. If the sirens are going off, it's probably already too late. Pardon my map breach here, but I gotta go see where we're going. Yeah, I'm a little ways away from the store. I know those guys were a lot closer, so my journey to the store is gonna be a little bit further than theirs. So when we get over here, we're gonna go into construction mode and we're gonna place a couple things. We're gonna have to get a barrel for water and some sort of water source because I'm definitely putting down a garden. That's a no-brainer. We have to do that, and we have to put a house down. Some sort of house is what Prestu wanted, or is part of the rules. So we're gonna have to put something down. We're not gonna go too cheap. I'll probably just go for the hobo house, which everybody kind of goes for. Just kind of build all of our stuff around that. Yeah, we're down to $45,300, so we're gonna have to really play it safe. So I want to start up in the corner as best I can. We'll scope it out actually on the ground because I haven't really scoped it on the ground. Yep, we're already starting to go uphill right here. So maybe 62 wasn't the best purchase. To see how we struggle on that with our equipment. Alright, let's shut this down. Let's go in the construction mode. Let's go to farmhouses. We can even do the Walter White motorhome. Oh, yeah, we definitely don't want it over here because it is... Let's see, we got to figure out where exactly we're at over here. We got this house, which is the container farmhouse, but that doesn't have any furniture in it. Yeah, it's kind of a weird house, but it's not bad for $5 grand. This hobo house is kind of... I mean... It's the cliche house, but I think I'm going to go with it because, frankly, that's just a lot of money. What is this? Oh, it's just a... What is that? Oh, it's just a bench. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with the hobo house. Everybody goes with the hobo house, and I don't think I'm going to be any different. Shoot, we might have to go in this other corner. All right, we got to go back out to the actual map and see where we're at. Let's drive over to the other corner. I don't want to place the house and all the stuff over here because of the hill. It's gonna want to form everything. We're not really supposed to terraform, so I'd rather it be on flat surface. So let me kind of jump out so I can kind of see what I'm in the construction, since I don't have good borders here. All right, that looks good. Construction, hobo house. Where am I at? Let's take it as far as it'll let us. Okay, there and there. Let's place it at a little bit of an angle. It's going to terraform a little bit because it keeps jumping this 1007, so it's doing some sort of fixing, but that's fine. So let's throw that down there. Alright, there's $1,000 gone. Let's go to the greenhouses. What do we got for greenhouses? Generators, cultivation, greenhouses. So I think I have those. I kind of wanted to do an open air. Those are $8 grand. Open air garden. Allotment garden, minimalistic. And these should all be on pallets. think I'm going to do that open air, even though these are a smidge cheaper. What's this one here? But how big is it? That's a mod. That's not a mod. That's a mod. Maybe I'll just go with these. They're only $3 grand. I can do 2 of these in the place of those. Lights are clear. Alright, let's put this as far up as it'll let me put it. A little ways away from the house. It should. I think the way I'm looking at it, the pallets will come out on the left. So we got that there. Let's give it a little bit of room. How bad did that form? Okay, so that didn't really form too bad. And then we're going to place that one here. Oh, I hope these produce. Oh, didn't like my... So I'm going to have it a little bit up from that one. Yeah, it won't let me put it straight across, so we must be on a somewhat of a crooked. Not as straight as I thought I was. Alright, we got that one. And now we need a water point. That is not really my forte. I don't put those down too often. So I have all of these water pumps and things. I'm kind of thinking some sort of well. The water station can supply your water tanks with fresh water. That's a mineral. Well with roof. I don't want... there's no sense it's paying $2,000 when I can get it for $1,200. So I think I'm going to go with $1,200. Let's put the well like right up here by the house, as we're going to be using it for both. Kind of set it away from the house here. Let's get it up here. Well, let's see, my pallets. Oh, looks like the pallets come out here actually, so I was wrong. The pallets come here, you put the water in here, so I was a little wrong, but that's fine. So that means I can put the water here. Alright, so we got water. And we're going to need to go get a... Let's drop the plow off. So we own the tractor, we own the plow. I think we're going to purchase a water container. So the eventual goal of this series, if I didn't already say, according to our friend Crustu, I shouldn't say he's our friend, I don't know him. The friendly Crustu, let's call him that. According to the friendly Crustu, the goal of this is to purchase all of the land. Now you don't have to farm all of the land, but you do have to purchase all of the land. Some of the land, as you can see, we'll see why we're driving. You see a lot of the land is in the center, especially. A lot of hills, a lot of mountains. You can kind of see the terrain going up here and here, over here. It's probably not showing my mouse, but over here and here by where I'm at. But this looks like all trees and mountain areas. These are definitely big mountains and rocks. But you have to own each piece of land. Now, can you purchase this out here, this island? They said that you gotta... The whole purpose of that is to do the island, but I don't even notice that you can purchase the island. So, are you going to be able to build a house on the island? I don't know. Oh, maybe if you buy 74, it's the island, and then 64. Okay, yeah, so, okay, that's what it is. I think I saw that in his original one. I don't think he showed that. Okay. So yeah, you will be able to buy the island. But yeah, you have to buy every piece of land. You don't have to farm it all, but your entire goal is to purchase all the land, and that's how you complete the challenge once you purchase the land and built the dream house. So it is going to be a lengthy challenge. I'm taking on the triple threat challenge, and I'm going to finish up the one tile competitive challenge. I have several episodes pre-recorded already, and I'm going to be sending them out, but I think I'm only at 5 posted. So I think up to 8 recorded and edited, ready to go. So I'm a little behind. I'm not gonna lie, I'm behind on that one. I had a little hiatus. I was recording a bunch when they were hot and heavy into it, more in their beginning or their middle, I guess, and now they're getting to the end, and I'm just be playing catch up. And I cannot go there. Now I know you can drive on the beach because I definitely saw them driving on the beach, but you can't farm the beach. You can't do anything to change the land of the beach. And I'll bet you that beach ball is one of those special, well, maybe not. Maybe that beach ball is going to be like a prize. I haven't seen them do anything with it. All right, let's get what else we need to get here. And I got to start the time too. Ooh, that trailer. I'm going to need a trailer, but we're probably going to have to lease a trailer. I need a water source. I guess by source I mean, ooh, that's a little expensive though. There's got to be a cheaper one. So what are those down in? Animals, barrels. Yep, there's the typical. And you know what? That's really all we need because we are just getting water at that well and going to that. So we're going to purchase that. Can we do New Holland blue? We can. Design color, New Holland blue. Rim color white. Nope, that's galvanized. Where's white? There's white. Purchase 1700. Alright, hopefully that's the last thing we have to purchase for a little while. Let's go get some water, get the greenhouses started, and then we're gonna go ahead and start making some fields. Get some stones turned up and figure out what we're gonna do with these stones. I think in today's episode, we're already at 27 minutes of recording. Not sure what the edit will be, but I'm going to try to keep these around the same time as everybody else is. Around an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, I think is what they're doing, and I think that's enough time to work on what you need to work on, and if I have to do some stuff off camera, I'll have to do some stuff off camera. As of right now, I don't really have that. I won't have like that many fields to work on, so it won't be like I need to. Let's see how this does up a hill here while we're on our way. And I know we're not pulling anything, but yeah, we're crawling right up that hill. Starting to slow down there a little bit. It's not too bad. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this challenge. Really looking forward to that triple threat challenge. That one's a lot of fun. Getting set up. And if you didn't see my episode of that, go ahead and check it out. I'll give you a hint. I don't like the crop I got. Not necessarily the animal I got, but I do not like the crop I got. I don't know anything about that crop. I haven't done too much with that crop ever. I think I messed around with it a little bit when I started playing FS22 way back when, a couple years ago, as one of the contracts that I may have done, and then anything else I've ever done with it, I've done the Cheaty Colossus million liter type things. But yeah, just to get the equipment I need is going to be $190,000. Not to mention the planter, because I don't think you can use a regular planter. You got to have a special potato planter. So I'm not only going to have to have a special harvester, but I'm going to have a special potato planter. And I think the harvester dumps it onto the ground, so then I got to go pick it up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, tell me I can get water out of this well. Oh no, we may have made a mistake. Okay, yeah, I was worried about that with these mods. With that mod, it said something about filling up tanks. And I don't really know what that does, so we're gonna go back into construction. I guess we're gonna get rid of that. Can we get rid of it? Why is it not gonna let me? It's not gonna let me get rid of it now. So I'm just stuck with it. Enter demolition mode. What is going on here? Why can I not get rid of this? I can sell the greenhouse, but I can't sell the well. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, that was fail. Fail number one. What if I don't really want to spend $3 grand? Jeez Louise. I don't want to do the well like everybody else is doing either. Ugh, jeez Louise. What am I doing here? Alright, so what is this? You can supply your tanks with fresh water. I just don't know what that means. Well, let's try it. Let's try this. Will this... So we might have to place that. Overlaps with another object. So we'll put this here and we'll just pretend like we're getting it from the well. So it'll be $100 extra. Let's see if that works. Hopefully it charges me for the water. Or, yeah, hopefully it doesn't charge me for the water. I paid $1,300 for this well. Demand my money back. Alright. Problem solved. It's not exactly how I wanted to go about it, but that's what I guess what happens when you don't test these mods out or you don't test this offline. Let's get some water in this one. Oh. I guess if I was having a crash counter, I'd be crashing all over the place. And then let's go to our greenhouses and see how much. So these take 5,000 liters of water each. So I might as well put 2 loads in each one and then get them started and decide which crops I'm going to go with. That's 2 in there. And we'll put 2 in this one. So, yeah, some things are going to be similar from mine to other people's that are doing this challenge, but mine's going to be different in the fact that I don't have those, like I said, those hand tools. So I'm really going to be, I think I'm really going to struggle a little bit more when it comes to the harvesting and all of that. I think I'm going to have to do a lot more leasing of the harvesters when it's time to harvest. I think I'm going to have a little more trouble just figuring out how to make money, I guess is the biggest point of that. So if we do grains and things like that, we got to figure out how to get it in pallets. The easiest way to do that is to just do a grain mill. And yeah, I've kind of lost track. I think they may have placed a grain mill down. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go for probably the cheapest grain mill that I can go with. Just because I don't want to, we don't have a lot of money to spare or to spend. But yeah, everything has to be in a pallet. I think, so I have to go back and watch everybody's videos. Rusty, we'll go with the 3 that I call them, you know, Crustu, Zorch, and Rusty Money. I think Rusty was doing some kind of, I don't know what the word is, I guess, conveyor system that you put the product in and it looked like it came out to pallets, but I have to go back and watch his again, to be honestly truthful with you. So I'm going to try to use that GPS in the enhanced vehicle mod here to try to help me make my fields. Let's see where I'm at on the field here. Oh, that's what we didn't do. Let's go ahead. We'll just do that from the menu. We got to start the greenhouses. Everybody goes with lettuce. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to do lettuce and tomatoes in both. So we're going to do lettuce and tomatoes. So, what I don't know about greenhouses, and maybe somebody can tell me in the comments if you're watching this, if I run 2 products, because it doesn't really say when you're in these products, it just tells you how many cycles it runs a month. Does it run all of those products at that rate, or does it shorten, or does it make the product smaller, the amount you get smaller based on how many things you run? That I've never. I guess that'd be a good one of those tests to know whether or not that's how that works.
I can't wait for the weekend. Gonna dive off the deep end. No, I don't need a reason, lose control. Pour me a glass, I toss it back. Forget responsibility. It's hard to be 23 and don't know what's in front of me. Sleep is for the dead, not looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another person spinning their wheels. Will do anything to feel like I'm not growing up. Sleep is for the dead, not looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another person spinning their wheels. Will do anything to feel like I'm not growing up. Wake up, it's a Monday morning. Life really shouldn't be so boring. Nothing is really that important, just let go. Pour me a glass, I toss it back, forgetting my reality. It's hard to be 23 and don't know what's in front of me. Sleep is for the dead, not looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another person spinning their wheels. Will do anything to feel like I'm not growing up. Sleep is for the dead, not looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another person spinning their wheels. Will do anything to feel like I'm not growing up. Sleep is for the dead, not looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another person spinning their wheels. Will do anything to feel like I'm not growing up. Sleep is for the dead, not looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another person spinning their wheels. Will do anything to feel like I'm not growing up.
Welcome back in from the time lapse. So, does anybody else use that mod with the seagulls? I have to turn that down. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, definitely got to turn that down. I could tell how loud it was in the time lapse, but obviously you didn't hear that. You just heard whatever awesome music I played in there. All right, so let's take an overview look at that. That turned out pretty square. kind of a little field in the middle of nowhere. So we still have. No. We used. What is it? Did it show up on the map yet? No. See, it doesn't show up on the map. Why isn't it showing up on the map? So we were, because this is not our land, so I was thinking that was ours. So we're right here. How far did we go with it? Well, anyway, I'm going to try to map these out probably offline with a mower. I'm going to lease a mower. Right now I'm going to run up and I'm going to lease a front loader. Yeah, front loader, and I'm going to get past my field here and make my turn, and then I can go into the shop while we just kind of put this on cruise control. Make sure we don't drive into the water. Alright, so let's go into the store and see if those front loader attachments that I want are in there. Is this it? No, that is not it. That's probably what I have to use for potatoes. There should be some stone rakes. Is that what that is? So is that beets, potatoes, and is that stones and manure? Let's go back to it. I know there's specifically stone rakes. Where are they at? Those have got to be it. So they hold, that one holds 720, 630, 470. But the question I have is, will it pick them up out of the... I know there was one for, I know there was a mod for FS22 that allowed you to pick them out of it. I may have to find a mod. I may have to pause this and go back out, because my plan is to use a front loader attachment. That's going to be a kind of a pain in the butt if I go all the way up here and then have to come back as I go test it out. Let me get up here and we will take a look at what we have in there. But what the intention is to drive along the dirt and then we'll pick up the stones. Kind of like what they're doing. I would say not fully unrealistic. No more so than I would say that a hand pushing tool picking up 2,000 liters of stones or however much, so we're gonna go with it if it becomes available here. Probably lost myself about $100 there, so be it. Let's get this on here, and I think this said 470? How many liters did it say? I don't even remember. Let's just go see how many we get. Might be the whole field. Now for the real challenge. Let's see what happens on these stones here. Well, first of all, let's see if it'll let me get a course. Do I have to be on the field? It's still not detecting a course. Steering assist. Okay. So it's not letting me detect a course for the... I wonder if this is one of those things where I have to go out and come back in. And it'll show that I have it there. See, why is it doing that? It's just way too big. I mean, does this tell me how many meters it is? In the... I don't even know how many meters wide this would be, so I guess we're just going to have to kind of play it by ear. Just kind of pick up the stones where they're at. Hopefully it lets me pick them up. Yep, it's picking them up. Oh, didn't pick those up though. Is that because they're on the side of the... or I'm not in the right path? Let's see. I gotta get to... I don't want to be too far into the ground so that it doesn't drive. It's driving just fine. Let's find it so we can see where we're going. Oh, it lets me go at 18 miles an hour too. That's pretty cool. I wonder, let's see, how many meters do we want to say that is? Let's just say that it's a meter. Let's see what that does. It wants to kind of, The reason I'm doing that is because it kind of wants to drag me around when I'm driving it here. And I'd have to set the cruise control a little slower too. I'm not even using the cruise control. I'm just feathering the trigger, trying to get it to. I have to go down just a little bit more with it. I like it though. I like it. Not gonna be sitting out in that field for forever going back and forth with these, just picking up all these stones. And if I don't get 100% coverage of all the stones, I'm not that worried about it. Because we're, like I said, the plan is we're just gonna plow every time anyhow and pick up the stones. But the reason that we want these stones is because we need as many stones as we can to do the. Yeah, see, we're not a meter, so we need to redo this. We need to adjust this to. Let's do 2 meters and see what it looks like. Is it 2 meters wide? Oh, that's almost perfect, isn't it? We'll just go with 2 meters. 2 meters seems to be the sweet spot. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, well, let's get this done. Probably a jump cut or two in the middle of that as well. But anyway, that worked out fantastic. We just got to go find a place to put these stones. Let's get out of this view. Zoom in a little bit. How many liters did we get? 356, so 50% of that. So let's go, we're going to make a little patch to put those right on the other side of this well here. So what are we going to do? How do we want to make that? Do we want to make it a concrete, asphalt cracks? I think I got like tons of textures. Asphalt dirt. Let's see, what is this right here on the well? No, that's not it. The asphalt dusty. That's pretty close. We're just going to put it right here. Oh, you know what? I think I have the paint and terraform anywhere on, so I'm going to have to fix that and make sure that I don't have that on. Because I see that's not taking up anything where we won't make too big. I'll make sure I turn that off. I didn't think about that one when I did it. We're just making a little patch here to put our stones. We don't have anywhere else to really put them right now. But we definitely want them and need them. Get these dumped here. For now, this is just temporary. And let's double check our greenhouse. Looks like we got some tomatoes, we got some lettuce. Plenty of water, got some stuff growing. Alright, so we've got a field. Got all of these things here. What do we want to do now? So I think we're going to wrap up the video at this point. We have a field. We'll get it planted next time. I think in the off time, I'm going to get a little more organized of what I want to do with this, because I didn't really map out these fields. And to be honest with you, I didn't really look at the terrain to see how big that hill was. So I'll probably try to plant up the hill a little bit. This tractor's pretty capable. It was struggling a few times, you saw that. That's because it doesn't have the front assist wheels. It's just got the two-wheel drive rear wheels. So yeah, I'll probably map out a couple more fields. I'm thinking this area is going to be for some animals, so I'll probably mow and have those fields mapped out, mow the grass, have some feed for animals, which will probably be sheep for Granny's knitwear, because I don't like goats. Frankly, I just do not like goats, so I'm going to give sheep a try and do a Granny's knitwear probably, and go from there. So I'll probably calculate that off camera and try to see where we're at. $34,672 is where we're at. Don't really have much in the way of income right now, but we can get that wool going and Granny's knitwear going, and we'll get some stuff going from the greenhouse and get a little cash flow going. But yeah, so I'm going to leave the video at this point. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button on your way out if you've been this far. I'm guessing that you're liking what you're seeing here. So hit that like button for me, and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to do either of those two things. Leave a comment. I asked for a few things in here. I really do have some questions about some of the things that go on in here. I do like that Seagull mod. That's a pretty cool mod. So if you don't have that mod, check it out. I don't know if it's for PC or Mac only, or I'm sorry, PC, or if it's also for console. So you'll have to check that out. I'm not really sure. It should be in the mod hub. If it's not in the mod hub for you, it means you have a console that's not available. But anyway, yeah, give it a chance. Looks like it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it while I was plowing. But yeah, with that, I'm going to leave you here as episode 1 of the Ronida Island Preservation Challenge, and we're going to get back on here and see what we can accomplish in this series. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.